juiced up rat the size of a small car is going to run your ass down and beat the brakes off you. And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because Roos are professional kickboxers. These males routinely fighting MMA to win female attention. When they fight, kangaroos will lean back on their tails as a stabilizer and immediately start scratching and kicking ever-loving shit out of one another. And those things have enough force to crack bones. And as if getting drop-kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also, for some reason, have the same bite force as a grizzly bear. What? Why? Even with all this, there are still animals stupid enough to view a roo as lunch. Which brings me to the most terrifying thing that they do. When threatened, kangaroos will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them to follow them in. Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them. Holy shit. Man, they share a country with psychopathic trend rats. Crocodiles are just dinosaurs who've got to go extinct. Pretty much. I am dead serious. And alligators. I don't think of a croc species. Crocodiles are more dangerous, in my opinion. Than the saltwater crocodile. A species that hunt land down humans. It's shocking absolutely no one. Yes, it can and will eat you. You see, with the whole forgetting to go extinct thing, the salty stat spread just feels like something that should have been packed out with the rest of the rats. Starting with their ridiculous size. See, salties are the largest reptiles on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car. Despite being longer than my youth, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. Their crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers. See, they've got 2 razors that sit on the top of their head, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and get bitten in half by that hydraulic press that they call them.
Nestle Crunch.
That's just like any good camper. These scaly assholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the fucking planet, having been recorded at a maximum of 3,700 psi of force through their jaws. To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc...
Yeah, but they also can't open them very well, which means you could wrestle one. Technically, if you can get your hands around its jaw, it won't be able to open it. It can't open it. Or is that an alligator? No.
Pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll. It's kind of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals. The best thing about the crocodile is their build is so good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years.
Holy shit.
I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun. Rest in peace, you absolute legend.
Yeah, rip.
Australia just found a new record-breaking insect.
Look at this! Look at it!
How the do we keep finding new bugs?
Yeah, for real.
Australia.
Listen, y'all gotta stop looking for shit like brand new stuff. Just be ignorant. You know, it's better to be ignorant if you live here, I feel like.
Time to an estimated 200,000 species of insect, which is pretty damn impressive, especially when you consider the only place you're going to find more bugs than that is by counting the fucking roach population in Asmongold's walls. Now, the scary part of this is that out of that 200k, we've only actually identified 62,000. Meaning that we have no idea what nearly 3/4 of the bugs in the country actually do.
Yeah, but like, okay, how do they know how many I know how many jelly beans are in the jar just because I can look at it without measuring. Like, no, you just can't do that. You're like,
And so it should come as no surprise that while exploring Australia's dense rainforest, two scientists discovered
boy, look what I
record
bro, it's a fucking,
for the largest
look how big it is.
insect in the land down under, and it's a fucking stick bug. Introducing Acrophila of 40 centimeters and 44 grams in weight.
Bro, that thing's a lot.
That qualifies as a stick insect anymore. That's fucking brute. Australia's very own Earth tree avatar was discovered in Queensland. Of course it was. And despite being enough inches in length to make any man jealous, it's actually completely harmless. However, oversized bugs. If we find any more, I think they're going to send the fucking Helldivers.
Yeah, they should.
This bear was actually a soldier.
What?
You see, it was 1942, and the 22nd Polish Artillery Company were passing through the mountains of Iran on their way to the front lines to fight the Nazis. While town on their way, they were stopped by a young Iranian shepherd looking to trade with them for rations and a Swiss Army knife. When the Poles asked what he had to offer in return, the young shepherd produced a burlap sack containing an orphaned Syrian brown bear.
Wait, what?
You see, this bear's must been shot by hunters, which is how he ended up in a low-tech Pokeball being offered as a trade deal. The Polish looked at the bear.
I want it. Give it me.
Insane dad law said, damn good deal. And the most
Damn good deal.
trade deal in history parted ways with their supplies in exchange for a
Give me that bear.
adopting him into their ranks and naming him
Voitech.
Wojtek.
What a set about raising this little man as a proper bear and soldier. As a baby, they left him condensed milk out of an empty vodka bottle, as well as feeding him on the cartoon bear diet consisting of fruit, honey, and marmalade. They also appointed a soldier as his caretaker, who wasted no time in showing Wojtek how to fit in with the rest of the army, teaching Yogi's little cousin to wave, salute,
Oh my god.
march. While not undergoing rigorous military training, Wojtek would hang out with the soldiers. He drank coffee with them in the morning, trained with them in the day, and when they all got shit-faced in the evening,
But he also did.
wrestle with them.
Bro.
A real bear has to love you, to wrestle you,
And not hurt you?
on top of double rations.
Yeah.
They would also feed Wojtek treats in the form of beer and cigarettes.
Right. Like the bear spoke.
Eventually, Army High Command heard about this and were having absolutely none of it. You see, pets were not allowed in the army, which means
He's a soldier.
Or did he? Because the 22nd Artillery
Soldier,
Company
not a
officially listed him.
I'm doing my part.
He's doing his part. I'm doing my part.
Wojtek was given a serial number and granted the rank of private. So when confronted about the very conspicuous bear in their ranks, they simply went, "That's not a bear, that's Private Wojtek." Wojtek took his
That's not a
role
bear, that's Private
very
Wojtek.
seriously. During the Battle of Monte Cassino in 1944, Wojtek began using his bulk to transport artillery shells to soldiers engaged in combat.
That's
They
awesome.
had a fucking resupply bear. And for his bravery,
That's
he
so
was promoted
cool.
to the rank of corporal and the 22nd insignia to a bear carrying an artillery shell.
Fuck
The
yeah.
absolute unit smoked, drank, and dropped artillery on the Nazis.
What a fucking guy.
Australia has just found zombified bugs. That's right, we're closer to the Walking Dead Down Under than you'd think. You see, just recently, a scientist by the name of Dr. Francois Broussard made a trek out to the remote
Look at Australian sea dog
territory
beer.
with the goal of finding and cataloguing a brand new species of insect unknown to science. I mean,
Another fucking
I've
spider.
been more than enough bugs, especially considering that half of them can send me directly into the fucking soil. Oh, I know, right? Anyway, on his trip to the middle of fucking nowhere,
Gotta stop looking
across
for
a colony of spiny savannah ants, which is a pretty normal thing to find out there. However, getting closer, he noticed something a little odd. You see, the main ant colony was fine, completely normal. However, the several disfigured and deformed ant corpses clamped onto shoots of grass surrounding the colony, a bug's life version of Vlad the Inhaler. You those were significantly less normal. Broussard, mildly unsettled by the ant score on his timeline, took samples for inspection, and upon getting a closer look, realised something both really cool and really spooky.
Pretty terrifying.
It's overtaken by fungus.
Yep.
More accurately, a previously unknown strain of the cordyceps fungus.
Yeah.
Famous around the globe for its ability to create zombie bugs. And why it does it is unbelievably horrific. It begins with a spore landing on an ant, and then it slowly penetrates and attaches.
No, it goes into the brain.
At which point the ant gets a little timer on his hotbar, counting down to a family reunion with his ancestors. Once inside, the fungus begins to take control of the ant's body and brain function, completely changing their behaviour, replacing their colony-focused mindset with one single goal. Climb. Its fungus-riddled mind drags its rapidly deteriorating body to the closest high point, which is usually a plant, with its final act being to clamp its mandibles onto the stem in its death, finally succumbing to the infection and being completely consumed. Its corpse blossoming into a fully grown cordyceps fungus.
Oh my God.
The rest of the colony to continue the cycle of infection. Now look, I know this fungus is found elsewhere in the world, but it's a new strain and it was found in Australia.
Of course
I'm
it was.
going to be playing The Last of Us against couch-sized spiders within the fucking week.
Oh my God.
Stepping on this rock could straight up paralyze you.
It's stonefish, right?
Actually wrong. That is a stonefish.
Yeah.
Some water menace.
As like a
Surprise to absolutely no one. It is also the most venomous fish in the ocean. Because of course it is. As if the snakes and spiders weren't enough, now I can get packed up by a pet rock. But why is this Pokemon reject such a threat to my mental health? We see stonefish use their special venom for defense. However, unlike most other animals that do this, this little doesn't have the decency to dress like a neon sign.
No, it looks like a rock.
No.
It's like camouflage.
Yep. He's a 6th prestige prop hunt veteran, having evolved one of the most impressive camouflage in the animal kingdom to make hunting easier. And once they set themselves up, they are basically indistinguishable from Patrick Starr's house. Now, this is a fairly major problem, as they love to live in the shallows on the beach, and that venom we talked about earlier is stored in these 13 giant, highly toxic spines that deliver venom.
Because, well, as usual, no one shows it to my stream, but hey.
Spot these things while you're paying attention. If you were on a romantic walk along the beach with one of my own, and while distracted by his ethereal beauty, you weren't paying too much attention to where you were walking, it would be very easy to place your foot in the wrong spot and step directly onto 13 hypodermic needles, which would then deliver a ginormous dose of neurotoxin straight into your system. Oh, you thought it was normal venom? No. You see, these things
Paralyze your
toxin skill tree, producing a mixture of neurotoxins that can flatline you by collapsing your heart and lungs in under an hour. And even if you survive, the sting still causes extreme pain, swelling, and tissue necrosis.
Yeah.
This is Australia, where even the scenery is trying to shop. If you see this thing T-pose,
Run. But it's so cute. What's wrong with this thing? It's just a little guy, T-pose. He just T-pose. There ain't nothing wrong with him. He ain't gonna like cut your arms off or anything with his massive fucking claws.
using the anteater, a goofy little creature native to Brazil, and to understand why the absolute stance on this bad boy is a threat to your health, you're going to have to understand a little about his lifestyle first. And listen, I know this may come as a shock to you, but the anteater eats eggs.
Yeah.
Weighing in at 40 kilos and 1.8 meters in length, he needs to consume upwards of 14,000 ants per day. Now, in order to help
but it has its fucking
stored inside that
tongue.
sniffer.
We need to wait for you.
What's offsides? And how can I sound like I know a lot about the game? You can just ask Google all of that at once. Oh, so that's it.
Secret absorbed sweat. Everywhere. What do you think, Jim? Jim?
What's up?
We need a decision. We've got the answer to equinox right here. Survey monkey. Get started free today.
Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your well, it's your Equinox with advanced safety features. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
These are the facts. Switch to Total Wireless and save 50% off Metro and Cricket, guaranteed. With one line when you keep the phone and number you love. Facts. That means you'll pay half what these guys charge when you bring your phone. Get the facts, then switch to Total Wireless.
Do it for you.
60-centimeter long tongue. Designed to make its way down an ant colony's tunnel network, smash into their living room, and abduct the entire cast of Bugs Life and convert them into a high-calorie meal. However, what that tongue do only goes so far, as an ant colony can extend up to 4 meters underground, and termites live in high-rises, which means our boy here is going to have to do a little excavation to get to the goods. But last I checked, an ant can't go down to Bunnings to buy a shovel. So how does he dig? With the combat knives he has for claws. Anteaters are permanently cosplaying Freddy Krueger with a set of 4-inch claws.
One of those things,
With
dude.
the effectiveness of a few inches, can crack through big concrete. Now these work great for digging, but they are also more than capable of flatlining you. When threatened, the anteater will rear up into a defensive T-pose. This is your sign, if you are smart,
To
turn
fuck
around
off.
all the way off. If, however, you were, say, some dumbass trophy hunter who really felt the need to try and
Oh my god.
for some reason other than ego, the anteater will swipe at you with those claws, which are the perfect height to nail you in a fight. Slip through your flesh like butter and sever your femoral artery, forcing you to bleed out in 2 minutes while the anteater watches you go.
You meet your ancestors.
Imagine having to explain to your ancestors.
You got
fell
killed
for
by-
famines. You got your shit sucked up by the most unserious creature on the planet hitting you.
Oh, that would be insane.
This bird can straight hit you with a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Bro, this thing is insane.
Introducing the cassowary, a species of ratite.
I hate the way that thing looks.
It's not venomous. Can still flatline you though, and
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how. You see, these neon chickens belong to the same family of birds as the emu, and as such,
Can't they,
share
like,
an impressive
aren't their
size.
legs, like,
Funny,
really,
they
really
solid
deadly?
79 kilos and growing up to 6 feet tall, meaning the short kings in my audience could, in theory, mount these things like a chocobo. But
Hell yeah.
stick out from emu. Well, you see, the cassowary is basically a spec ops emu, being twice the weight, highly territorial, and most importantly, coming with a combat knife strapped to their foot. That's right, this is a cassowary claw.
Holy
That's the reason
fuck.
they can hit you with a fighting game finisher. You see, these claws are a full 5 inches long. You know what I mean? Honestly, 5 inches is way too big for anything, and especially if it's something that's going inside me. And if you anger the salt turkey, that is exactly what you're going to get.
Oh,
Because
man.
the defense method is to kick
I didn't even talk about
square
that's
in
the
the
perfect
gut
size.
with that kitchen knife and attempt to disembowel you. And when even kick doesn't put your insides on the outsides, that kick is still going to send you flying, which can cause some fairly major problems. Problems like the incident that occurred in 2012, where I you not, a cassowary ran up behind a random tourist, hit the heavy attack button, and kicked the guy down a small cliff into the ocean.
Holy. Bro.
I luckily he survived, but the fact that I live
Wait,
in
he
a
lived?
where at any point I could be hit with a sneak attack by a kaiju is terrifying.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Platypus are weird, but I'm not
They
sure
are.
you quite understand just
They, like,
how fucking
They sweat milk.
basics. They lay eggs, they sweat milk, and they look like God hit randomized.
Yeah, and they're venomous.
Called it a day. But you see, mate, that's barely even scratching the surface of weird platypus.
They venomous.
First up, as is the qualifier for any Australian animal, did you know they're venomous?
Yeah.
No, I'm not fucking with you. You heard me correctly. Male platypus actually have venomous spurs on their
Literally, Steve Irwin was most of how I know about a lot of the animals in Australia. So thank you, Mr. Steve Irwin, for wrestling crocodiles and teaching me about the wildlife.
legs. These spurs are multi-purpose, acting as defense from predators, as well as throwing hands with extreme pain and swelling, and to ensure you remember not to fuck with them again, these effects can last for several months and have no treatment or antivenom. So if Terry shit, your only option is to cry about it.
Yeah, you're saying.
I shit you not, platypus share the same hunting method as sharks. You see,
Wait,
that
what?
big ass bill isn't just for show, and it contains enough surveillance equipment to make the CIA blush. Pressure in the water, but most importantly, containing electroreceptors that track electrical signals from muscle contractions made by their prey. Meaning that when whatever they're chasing starts quaking in fear, they
know about it.
And last but not least, if those things weren't already unbelievable, we recently discovered something new. Platypus are fucking biofluorescent. They glow.
I'm sorry,
You
what?
hit these things with a black light, they go bright fucking green. And the best part of that is, we have no clue why they do it. I guess it just means Perry was a biblically accurate platform. I'll give up. Who fucking designed this thing?
Why does it glow in the dark? Why does it glow in the dark?
Koalas are really dumb. In fact, this fuzzy icon is probably the dumbest thing on the planet.
Bro, have you seen a wet koala? They look terrifying.
And that stupidity starts with their diet, because all the things they could have chosen to eat, they chose
eucalyptus.
but straight up poison.
Yep.
You see, koalas feed exclusively on eucalyptus leaves, which, shocking no one, are highly toxic.
Yep.
They are full to the brim with eucalypt oil, which is so fucking poisonous that as little as 3.75 mils is enough to land you in the afterlife, with the reaper asking you why the fuck you felt the need to eat a leaf.
Why?
Oh, it's also highly flammable and burns like napalm. It's Australia. Despite nature putting up this giant do-not-eat sign, that did not stop the koala, because he can't fucking read. This suboptimal bulking diet not only gives the koala all in the way of nutrition, but also requires their body to rest to filter out the toxins so they don't fucking cark it.
Why do they eat it then?
18 hours a day sleeping in order to just digest their fucking food. These dumbasses spend most of their life in a food coma. That is, however, if they even get to the food to begin with, because they are so mind-numbingly brain dead that they will not recognise a eucalyptus leaf as food unless it is on the branch. I could give this dumbass a lifetime supply of food, and if it wasn't on a stick, he would starve to death.
That's so funny.
It's no surprise to you at this point that the koala has such an esky temperature IQ that they literally have a smooth brain. The thoughts slide off of this dump. I love it.
Look at him, he's so cute.
Scientists just de-extincted a 12,000-year-old dog.
Wait,
Well,
what?
kinda. You see, a bioengineering company called Colossal has dedicated itself to doing what every single Jurassic Park film has told us is a bad idea. Bringing back extinct species. And recently, they've managed to bring back the 12,000-year-old dire wolf. You know those big-ass puppies from Game of Thrones?
Oh, no.
Very last animal alive during the late Ice Age. And the best way I can
It's just a
describe
big
it
dog.
is basically a wolf on steroids.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Faster and stronger, estimated to have the highest bite force out of any canine, and in a move that I'm sure has no implications. These bad boys back to life.
It's just a mountain now.
These two little guys are now 6 months old and have been living on a private plot of land with 24/7 veterinary care. However, they've only just been shown off to the public, with the company going so far as to get a photo op with George R.R. Martin holding one of these adorable little killing machines, showing that that man will literally interact with an extinct species before he finishes that last book.
He ain't ever releasing that fucking thing, dude. Dog of Ice and who? Who that? What do you mean?
There is, however, one small problem. This isn't technically a dial. You see, by a merit of being extinct, short of specking into necromancy, you can't exactly bring them back. Which is where this guy comes in. You see, the grey wolf shares 99.5% of its genetic code with the dire wolf.
Right.
So, using CRISPR gene editing, they basically tossed the grey wolf back into the spore creature creator, then using the code found in dire wolf fossils as a build guide, juiced the out of it, boosting the size slider and putting some extra points into strength, as well as adjusting its head shape and teeth. All in all, they made a total of 20 heads to 14 genes, producing the closest thing we can get to a direwolf short of time travel, which is cool as fuck. I give it 5 years before a man-made horror beyond comprehension takes that lab and we are all playing Resident Evil.
Yeah. How many years, chat? How many years until we get like a fucking man-made monstrosity? Like, I give it 5. 2030. Just because 2020 had like the last pandemic, I'm sure 2030 will have something insane.
Most snails are scary, except for this one.
This one's Australian.
Introducing the cone snail, an aquatic mollusk native to the land down under, and as seems to be the requirement when sharing your postcode with a kangaroo,
You gotta be this.
it can quite easily cause your neck snap to be in a coffin. And the way it can achieve it is this bad boy right here. You
That's
see,
a little
despite
stinger.
most snails having a reputation for being slow goobers that get folded by a
Fast as fuck, boy.
the cone snail is a highly effective ambush predator. And you may be wondering, how the fuck does a creature that moves slower than the GTA 6 development cycle hunt anything? Well, that's simple. It has a grappling hook. That's right, Gary's murderous little cousin here is a roadhog mate.
Hi there.
And he hunts by slowly but surely stalking up on his prey until he's just within range, and then bang! The cone snail does a quarter circle input, spitting out a tooth harpoon at 90 kilometers an hour. This harpoon nails its prey, allowing them to reel it in like he's playing Scorpion. And in case that wasn't bad enough, as seems to be a requirement for spawning on Australian servers, it's venomous.
Yeah.
That harpoon also injects its
Neurotoxin.
with a highly potent neurotoxin
Yeah.
that instantly paralyzes it. This means it cannot put up a fight and
Oh, God.
into the snail's ginormous maw like a nightmarish version of Kirby. And, just in case you thought for once you might say, cone snail venom is potent enough to kill 700 people with one sting. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, and there's no anti-venom, because it's not enough that it can kill. No, I have to die knowing there is zero counterpart. Who balanced this shit?
Got me like,
Australia lost a war to emus.
they sure fucking did.
But how?
I ran out of ammo, if I remember right.
Conflict.
I'm not sure, but let's see what cars say.
Well, it all started in 1932 when farmers in Western Australia wanted to grow wheat. There was just one major problem. That's emu territory, and emus really like wheat. And coming in at 6 foot tall and 40 kilos in weight, they can eat a lot of it. So when breeding season came around, the emus migrated through the farmland, and these poor farmers were overwhelmed by a tyrannid swarm of man-sized poultry, 20,000 emus strong. These feathered tanks then proceeded to completely steamroll through the fences into the field and started laying waste to the wheat. Farmers attempted to fight back the initial waves with rifle fire, but their efforts were, putting it lightly, completely useless. This ginormous elm made the farmers pretty bloody angry, so they gathered together and went to the government to ask for help. 20,000
Hell.
Money.
That's a lot of emu.
The emu entered the state and sent in the army to commence the Great Emu War. The
That's
entire 7th in the artillery division was deployed to WA. 2 LMGs, 10,000 rounds, and the sole objective was to blast anything with venom.
They use LMG.
Excessive for an overgrown turkey in the arse.
Yeah, a little bit.
The army immediately ran into a major problem. Emus are fast. Really fast. Clocking a top speed of 50 kilometers an hour.
God damn.
Once they opened fire, emus would immediately bolt out of range of their weapons. But they still took a crack at it, and then immediately stopped when both LMGs jammed after only dropping 12 emus. The army through the street rethink their plan. So a few weeks later they returned, this time mounting the LMGs on trucks.
Better.
However, this also didn't work, because after figuring out that those trucks meant they were about to be turned into a KFC family bucket, the emus
They ran
started
away.
leaving scout birds who would
Wait, what?
off the
Boy, mate.
trucks.
Take the
We
coat.
gave them all enough time to book it before the army even got there. And whenever they did
Right.
catch the emus, they found out they were kind of... Because emus are mostly feathers, and there's a lot of places you can hit on them without doing any damage.
Really?
It was taking around 10 bullets for every one bird.
Oh
So
my
after a
God.
lot of blood, sweat, tears, and 10,000 rounds of ammunition, the army managed to bring down 960. The
That
population
is-
was
yikes.
20,000. This was an issue, as unlike America, our defense budget is not a bottomless pit.
Yeah.
So the army had wasted all that money to achieve absolutely all. Now, the government just kind of built a really long, really short fence around the farms and called it a day. How did we lose this? I could have done a better job with a boomerang and a cricket bat.
Oh man, why not just like, I don't know, offer like a bounty, like you kill them and like then you could repurpose them as food or something. Like let the population handle it, not the army.
This shrimp can cause explosions. My main goal is to blow up. Introducing the mantis shrimp, made
Mantis
in the
shrimp,
West
baby.
Pacific Ocean and possibly the coolest station under the sea. Because this fluorescent armored sausage is actually a voracious, bloodthirsty predator.
He's a
relying
boxer,
on
baby.
surveillance equipment to scare the CIA with a weapon powerful enough to surpass Metal Gear. See, the mantis shrimp is a highly effective predator, and they find and track their prey with easily the most advanced set of eyes on the
Look at those
front
eyes.
of the skull. Each of these eye stalks can rotate independently like a periscope, giving them a
That's
full
insane, by the way.
360 degrees of vision.
And they got like 36 cones of color or something like that.
They can see colours.
We can't say.
can't.
Yeah.
You see, the mantis shrimp's eyes contain a full 15 photoreceptor cones.
Oh my
compared
bad.
to our 3. Hence you are saying they can see in 16K HDR with ray tracing enabled at 40 render distance.
Oh my
Not only is the visual clarity unmatched, they can also see into the infrared and ultraviolet light spectrums.
Of
And
course.
despite all of this, they still can't find who asked.
Bruh.
What they can, however, find is their next meal. The mantis shrimp subsists on a diet of fish, worms, squidward, and, most importantly, Mr. Crabs.
Yeah.
Now, crabs famously exist inside of a defensive shell. So, how does this polite little gentleman break into the
They
shell?
fucking.
Simple.
Right.
He throws hands. That's right, weighing in at only 38 centimeters in length, the mantis shrimp has a punch
Break the sound barrier.
15,000 newtons of force. That is 176 newtons per gram. So if a human was capable of that same kind of force, a right hook from someone who weighed 80 kilo would be like getting hit in the face with 6 sticks of dynamite.
God damn.
Now, to produce that force, its claw needs to be moving at 83 kilometers an hour.
Make sparks underground.
So fast, it creates a vacuum in the water
Yep.
called a cavitation bubble, which then immediately collapses at such a degree it creates a linear explosion that flashbangs the target and reaches a temperature hotter than the surface of the sun. Mr. Krabs is disintegrated.
Money.
Oh, dolphins get drunk.
Yep, they sure do.
Why? Well, you see,
Well,
a dolphin is
because they're
by
bored.
far and away the smartest animal in the ocean. In fact, they're actually the second smartest thing on the planet, just behind you and me. This means they are smart enough to understand that the ideal way to spend your night is more faster than Chad Max on your average cold water shot. There is just problem. Last I checked, there's no bottle over bikini bottom. So how does the dolphin get fired for all?
They're
It's
a
simple. They abuse pufferfish. You see, lack of understood alcohol, dolphins need to find other ways to get their fix. With your best buddy, driving instructor comes in. You see, pufferfish contain this really cool and totally not dangerous substance called tetrodotoxin. What is tetrodotoxin? It's only one of the most potent natural neurotoxins on the planet.
And for some odd reason, humans were like, I want to eat that fish. And then anytime you have to, like, you would ever want to eat this fucking fish, you're like, oh, you gotta sign this waiver telling us to, if you do get poisoned, your family can't do it. Like, what the fuck?
This will freeze your heart and lungs in under an hour with a tiny dose. And it's the reason why cooking a pufferfish requires a dexterity check, so you don't, hit your poison gland and get yourself deleted. Now, puffers carry this mixed negative as poison accumulates in their organs and skin.
Right.
Why is that important? Well, you see, I can't lie. Dolphins don't get pumped. They get high on neurotoxins. Fully puffed fish until they inflate, then partake in a literal puff. By lightly squeezing the puffer in their mouth, they receive a small dose of neurotoxin, which has a narcotic effect, allowing Flipper here to trip balls before passing the unhappy basketball onto the next submarine stoner. Flipper and Fred is deadliest neurotoxin.
Let's pass it around, man.
Except, let's try something.
Let me take a little bite of it all.
This spider
Why? You need to have a talk. Why did you put all the crazy shit in one area? Like, what the? Yo, what's up, bonkers? I'm back. I'm no longer sick, and as promised, we're gonna be reacting to some more car shorts. You didn't know I was sick. You not read my YouTube post because you're not subbed. Are you not the Discord? Anyway, this video secret word is Australia. Comment the secret word down below, and I will give it a heart. Alright, let's find out about some cursed animals.
Australia has a lot of spiders.
It sure
Recently
does.
we found a new one, because of course we fucking did.
Why?
The new one is the most certified Australian moment I've ever
Listen,
seen.
stop looking for new spiders. Australia has too many spiders. Stop looking for them.
For a bit of context, one of the several thousand spider species we are home to.
10,000. Oh my god, I hate
Spider
that.
on the planet. Down here.
Just so you'll know, I have really bad arachnophobia. Like, I hate it. Whenever there's a spider in my room, I've had a tarantula. Because I live in Texas. Fuck you, 37. Listen, if there's a spider the size of your hand crawling up your leg, you would scream like a bitch too. I don't want to hear it, okay? I don't want to fucking hear it, alright?
Where the fuck else do you think we're going to find them? These scary looking fuckers are highly venomous and can flatline you with a bite in 15 minutes.
Why?
And if you think wearing thick clothes will save you, be aware that bastards have fangs long enough to punch through shoe leather.
Oh
Now,
my
what
god!
these little nightmares are. What is the one thing worse than a spider rocking armor-piercing rounds that can send you to heaven with same-day delivery? A bigger spider rocking the same perk setup. That's right. Australian scientists
Wait, they
found
found-
a brand new species of this funnel web that is even bigger. How much bigger? Well, the standard Sydney funnel web grows to around 5 centimetres or 2 inches. And I mean, if you're asking me,
What?
2 inches is more than enough.
Yeah, that's
Fucking huge.
fucking massive, dude.
This is the new one. It's twice the fucking size. 4 inches. Of menace to the animal kingdom. That isn't even the best part. You see, do you know what they named this thing?
Really?
No. What professional scientists named a supersized version of the most dangerous spider on the entire fucking planet.
I'm gonna guess a big, scary, eight-legged mother. That's coming. Because this thing looks terrifying.
The Newcastle Big Boy. Deadliest spider on the entire fucking globe.
Newcastle Big Boy.
Big one in Australia. Like, Australia's scariest spider is hiding a deep secret.
What? Oh yeah,
Well, using the huntsman. That is.
yeah. Look at this thing, by the way. I don't listen. If any of my viewers are here from Australia, which I know that there are, genuinely, what do you do whenever it's in your home? Do you just let it be? Like, do you just leave it alone? Like, what do you do?
And down under and the number one rule. of tourists absolutely themselves on camera. Look, in defense
Why
of
did that get me?
tourists, I will be the first to admit, this looks scarier than a job application. Those gangly ass legs and the hair make it look like Slender Man's testicles. Now,
I
if having
hate
that
this.
negative charisma stat wasn't bad enough, I regret to inform you that the huntsman spider grows up to 30 fucking centimeters in size, making
Why? Dude, that thing could eat a fucking cat. What?
the largest spider on the planet by a leg span, and legally allowing Subway to market him as a fucking football. Now, being the spider equivalent of a Ford F-150, you'd
Yeah.
think he'd have the common decency to be slow, tank build.
No, dude, I think that thing's fast as
Unfortunately,
fuck.
the huntsman is turbocharged.
Yeah.
Now, it's usually at this point in the video that I would inform you that he is also highly venomous, because it's Australia.
Why is it highly venomous?
However, that's his big secret.
Oh, really?
The huntsman is a big, sweet...
Oh.
You see, despite looking like an SCP, huntsmen
hate
are
that
incredibly timid, and
I
on the
hate
rare
it, though.
occasion they do bite, their venom is harmless. In fact,
I bet it would still hurt.
Your house is a blessing in disguise. You've seen a huntsman in your home. I guarantee you won't see any annoying ass flies or mosquitoes.
Oh.
Because he's eaten them. You see, he
Okay.
understands he's big enough that he should be paying rent, and so he contributes to the household in pest control.
Right.
I personally have had one of these bad boys as an 8-legged roommate, and I can tell you they're pretty good company.
Fuck
Except
that.
where they cause car crashes.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you see, huntsmen like to hide in tight spaces and cracks, and they
Yeah.
do it by flattening out their body to fit into the gap.
Right.
Now, in the house, that usually means you'll just find them behind a painting, but
Right. Or
when
like
you're
behind the
flying down
bridge.
the highway at 110k an hour and decide to flick down the sun visor because God is...
Oh my god. The worst nightmare. Holy shit.
Alright, that's one half katana.
Don't panic, or you're going to crash the...
Oh my god. That's awful.
This bird has to rearrange its organs and skeleton.
Oh yeah, the kiwi bird. Yeah, they like put. Apparently, this thing like lays an egg like 40% or some shit the size of it. Like, why? Why did evolution fuck this thing over? Like,
Guys, a species of rat type native to New Zealand this time, and the absolute poster child for getting cucked by evolution.
Yeah.
See, this walking featherball is actually directly related to the emu, ostrich, and cassowary. Being a
Yeah, and then
family
those things are all terrifying.
There
And
is
then
a
like
problem.
the kiwi's
See,
just
the
like,
rest of the Kiwis' bloodline actually
Tiny little
looked at
birdie.
the build guide before picking their stat spread, and as such made sure to trade the whole flying thing for something useful. Speed, size, and some kind of defensive capability. So that leaves the question, what did Kiwi pick to make up for not flying?
nothing. I'd imagine.
Absolutely nothing.
Yep.
Kiwis
Oh,
are
well.
tiny in comparison to their relatives, coming in at only 4 kilos in weight and 50 centimeters tall.
They're
This is
pretty
because
big,
Kiwis
actually,
evolved
like
largely
other
on
things
an
as
island
the cat.
with no natural predators, so they downsized and traded out the knife feet.
Was that eating pig?
Being a little guy with a good attitude, which honestly worked pretty well for them until the British did British things, and
You didn't have to do the British like that, dude. You didn't have to do them like that.
now they have to deal with cats and dogs trying to eat them. And considering this build was focused on PvP, they have been clapped so hard by invasive species that they are now unfortunately an endangered animal. But getting shafted by the British is just the beginning
Right.
of the generational violation of the Kiwi, because these poor feathered fruits can't even reproduce without getting fucked over. You
That's
see,
right, yep.
Kiwi birds' cousins are famous for laying huge eggs. Talking into protein macros in one meal size.
Insane big.
And you would think that is because they are large.
No.
And you would be wrong. Because their vertically challenged cousins have to lay eggs the same size. A Kiwi bird lays eggs 20% the size of their body. With the egg being so bloody large, it rearranges their internal organs.
Yeah, look at that thing, dude.
Their
That's
rib
insane.
cage just to be able to hold the thing. For reference, that is like a human giving birth to a 15-year-old kilo child.
Fucking 30 pounds. 30 pound kid. Insane.
This wasp is basically a name.
I mean,
Possibly the most nightmare-inducing.
yeah, fuck this thing, dude.
And the reason it's such a threat to your mental health is because it's
But also, it is taking out one of the scariest looking spiders known to man. The reason they're called tarantula hawks is because they kill tarantulas.
production strategy is ripped straight from Alan Ripley's autobiography. But before we get to the strats, you're going to have to learn a little bit about it first. Native to
Okay.
Australia, because of course
Yep.
it is, this spider is the largest wasp on the planet, coming in at a massive 2.5 inches. You mean, boys,
Yep.
we all agree, well above average, right? Huge. And this
Fucking
is probably
massive.
the most effective 2 inches it's ever been, because it has the second most painful sting of any insect on the planet. We only just
Fucking
there behind
Coyote Peterson is so insane.
2.5 inches.
Would y'all like a fucking Coyote Peterson reaction? I've seen most of his videos, but that man is fucking insane.
Stinger with a potent venom that has been described as blinding, debilitating, and electric. Now, the size and poison aren't just for nothing, because as the name tarantula hawk wasp suggests, they are purpose-built, genetically perfect killing machines designed specifically to violate
the arachnophobia.
Australia, basically an all-you-can-eat buffet for us. But they don't just execute the spiders. No, that'd be too normal. Hawk wasps use spiders to reproduce in one of the most horrific ways possible. And that all starts with a female hawk wasp hunting down a tarantula. As the buff bulking spider takes a wrong turn down a dark alley,
Oh no.
hawk wasp,
Watch out, spider!
8 sets of
Watch out!
on his feet,
No, not the Tims!
jump in.
No!
Plant a sting into the spider's abdomen, instantly and permanently paralyzing it. The butcher butcher then proceeds to drag the still completely conscious and aware spider into an isolated kill room.
Oh my god.
Which is where the fucked up part really begins. Because our wasp isn't hungry, it's pregnant. It proceeds to lay its egg on the paralyzed spider's abdomen. After about
I can see where this is going, and I'm worried.
3 to 4 days, that egg hatches into a larvae. A very, very hungry larva.
no.
Fortunately, there's a whole bunch of fresh fruit right here.
And the
underneath
tarantula's still alive.
that food being
It can feel everything.
Still very conscious and aware spider. The larvae burrows into the spider's abdomen and gets to work converting it into a KFC family bucket. Shooting it from the inside out, purposely avoiding vital organs to keep the food nice and fresh.
Holy
Done
shit.
Consuming a living being. The larvae breaks forth from the demolished corpse.
Oh my god!
And fucks off to continue the generational arachnid violation. And good luck getting any sleep tonight.
Oh yeah, for real. Fuck that.
This seal is such a menace that he routinely gets the cops called on him.
What? Why?
Introducing our protagonist, Neil the Seal, a 600-kilo absolute unit of a southern African seal from my home
Fucking
state of Tasmania.
Neil.
He was known for, above all else, being an absolute fucking menace.
I love the Smash music
But
here.
despite his crimes, we all still truly love him. What are his crimes? Well, see, he seems to just fucking hate traffic.
No, not the car!
He's regularly been caught trespassing, and then once he has been caught trespassing, he'll be totally screaming at locals he's trying to get his fucking fish, and has been known to just block roads by plopping his fat ass down directly in the middle. However, hands down, the greatest shit he has ever done is straight stopping this random lady from going to work. I swear to God.
Really?
This motherfucker crawled out of the ocean, up to the beach, crossed the road, absolutely fucking body this woman's poor letterbox, and then plant himself directly in front of her fucking car. She was unable to go to work. This half-ton beefcake was camping her driveway
Oh my God.
so damn long. Local news had time to drive out to her house and cover the fucking story. And this is not a menace for a single second. But the funniest part of this is
The seal, like, bopping away. The music is so good.
I'll wait into April Fully Road. He's like
Wait,
5 years old. If you think you can fuck things up now, wait until he's nearly 2 solid tons of blubber.
Oh my
Take
god.
issue with the wall of your house. I do not think that steel damage is covered on my fucking insurance plan, dude. Yes.
Unlike Roman Tucker DM, Gelson liquid option 12 hours of copper all day and night. Operate as a Vergil.
Chevy makes America's most dependable truck. Because the Chevy truck and ability comes standard. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Grammarly is an AI writing partner that works seamlessly with your everyday apps and helps professionals write better and faster so they can get all of their work done or do anything really that you have to do. Grammarly's AI features helps you cut down the endless back and forth through rewrites and tone adjustments in just a few clicks rather than a couple of hours. You might as well try it out. It's actually really cool.
They need to relocate Neil the Seal. Get him out. Fucking nuisance to society.
Touching this plant will put you in the hospital.
Wait,
This
what?
is the Gimpy Gimpy plant, a piece of foliage native to the land down under. And surprising no one, not only is the thing
The
venomous,
Gimpy
it is
Gimpy.
in fact the most painful plant on the planet.
How? Wait. How is a plant venomous? Does it bite you? I'm confused. Wouldn't it just be poisonous?
Leaves down here have a problem with. Growing in the rainforests of northern Queensland, these hell bushes
Of
are
course it's in
covered in
Australia.
tiny hairs that, upon closer inspection, aren't hairs at all and are actually thousands of hypodermic needles waiting to
Oh
stab
my
and break
God.
up inside your skin. if you
Why?
don't crush them. Once inside you, these needles will inject you with, I am not kidding, neurotoxin and cause absolutely excruciating pain. Like comedic levels of pain. One person describing it as being covered in hot acid and electrocuted,
Oh.
and another woman saying that it was straight up more painful than childbirth, and she'd given birth 4 times.
Holy
The
shit.
other part is, the neurotoxin isn't even lethal. So this spiteful plant is hurting you purely for the love of it.
Yes,
Mind you, there are reports of people saying getting stung by this thing is actually worse than being put in the ground. This is because Groot's little hell spawn
Why?
continue hurting you for literal years after being stung.
Why?
Because those thousands of little hypodermic needles are actually made out of silicon, meaning your body can't break them down. And how thin they are, your skin will usually close up over the top of them, meaning that these neurotoxin-emitting slivers can sit inside your skin for literal years, releasing more
Peel off your
neurotoxin
skin.
any time that they're moved or disturbed. This constant, chronic, agonizing pain is so unbelievably bad that there have even been records of, trying not to get banned here, people Alt F4ing existence to make it stop. This particular incident came from a man who accidentally used one of the plant leaves
Cool.
as toilet paper. I don't think it gets much worse than neurotoxin to the nut.
Can we pour one out for my man? Imagine. Holy shit.
Wombats defend themselves by throwing it back. But
Oh, hell yeah.
how the fuck they actually do it, you're going to need to learn a little bit about them first. You see, Australia is home to 3 species of these bad boys, all of them equally adorable, and
Yeah, they're so cute.
all being burrowers, meaning they dig out a nice little hole for themselves.
Look at that big ass right there.
Because, like the rest of us, they can't afford a fucking house in this country.
Yeah, true.
They go from around 1.3 metres in length, but despite being small, they are built like fucking tanks. Weight they should just 35 kilos, but despite their weight,
Bro, look how sharp its
they have
balls
a top
are.
speed of 40k an hour.
Really?
Need to get booked in the school zone.
God damn.
Super was the start of their defense strategy. So you see, a fun fact about wombat anatomy is they spect all their defense points into their ass. Rather than
okay.
fat and muscle, a wombat's cheeks are made out of 4 thick plates of fused cartilage, making
Oh.
it extremely solid. And this Kevlar BBL allows for the fucking funniest defense mechanism I have ever seen on an animal. Basically, if a predator tracks down Mr. Wombat to his burrow,
This man's gotta stop using YouTubers that have been outed as being like. I mean, I agree with you, but it's like, come on, man.
it'll stick his head in and start trying to dig him out. In response, the wombat will line his ass up with the tunnel door, chuck the gear shifter into reverse, and fucking floor it backwards up the tunnel into his aggressor, slamming his ass into his head. The impact then squashes the predator between his steel cheeks and the roof of the burrow. Straight up crushing his skull like a Mortal Kombat fatality.
That's kinda cool.
I cannot make this shit up. Wombats, this spider can remove your limbs.
Why? We need to have a talk. Why did you put all the crazy shit in one area? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Using the brown recluse native
Oh, no, never mind. Not in Australia. Those are here.
States of America, and a prime example of don't judge a book by its cover. Because despite only coming in at a huge, like 2 centimeter length, and massive spider of default character customization, this little figure is a level 500 rot build that gives Melania a run for her money.
Yep.
You see, a bite from a recluse starts in the most American way possible.
Yeah, so, I've actually had experience with a brown recluse bite. Let me tell you, not fun. It fucking sucked. It hurt really fucking bad. Happened on my foot. It blended in with the carpet. It was, not fun, not good. It fucking hurt a lot.
When you accidentally
Sure
step foot onto his private property, force him to exercise his Second Amendment rights.
Yeah.
But considering Spider can't really hold a gun, he's just gonna fight. Now, that initial bite's pretty painless. You smack him away.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt immediately.
There is just...
The thing is whenever I got bit by it, I thought it was a wolf spider because it looks so similar to a brown recluse. Like, they look almost similar unless you are looking directly at their back. It's just a brown spider, right? You just assume it's harmless because it didn't hurt immediately. Wrong. Wrong.
Congratulations, you are now the proud owner of the chronic venom coursing through your veins, which at first does nothing. You walk back to your house, the bite starts to sting a little more. You feel sick. The wound swells.
Yep.
The blood vessels around the bite burst, turning it a deep red.
And then it turns
over the next few days, that colour shifts. Red to purple to black. As the venom literally destroys and kills the surrounding tissue.
Literally
in a
turns
process called necrosis. This
Yep.
causes the skin to literally rot and fall off of your body. And if you don't catch it in time, that rot's
That
gonna
limb?
spread.
Gone, my guy.
It'll only make you violently ill and leave permanent scarring.
Yep.
If you're unlucky, it just keeps spreading, and the venom starts to destroy your blood cells and shut your organs down. Now, there's kind of only one solution to that.
Yep.
But, you weren't using that arm anyway, right?
Yeah, nah, you're good. Now, I got lucky. The part that it fit, we got it early, and we were able to just take a razor, and we cut that part off of my foot. And now there's a massive scar on my left foot where I got bit. So, didn't lose my foot.
This isn't a spider. It's a snake. Introducing the Iranian spider-tailed horn viper. As the name suggests,
Can you see my foot? No, I don't want you fucking look. Listen, I already have people jacking off to me. I don't need people jacking off to my feet. Okay.
native to Iran, and you are all probably wondering why the f*** this snake has decided to attach a cosplay of the average Australian resident to his tail. The answer is food. You see, every known snake species is a predator.
Right.
Some eat Bambi, others eat Remy, and the spider tail, not unlike myself, absolutely f***ing loves KFC.
Dude.
So the birds, famous...
I'm gonna say might be an unpopular opinion. KFC fucking sucks. It just does. It's really shit. I don't like it. Popeyes is better. Fight me.
tend to fly. And last I checked, no probes don't have wings. So how does this viper get in cinder box? The answer is again, food. You see, birds eat insects, and the spider tail knows this. So rather than trying to chase his prey down, this lazy has evolved the evolutionary equivalent of DoorDash. Finds the tubes like a meal, it starts the hunt by finding a nice rock couch to curl up on,
And then,
couch.
right.
And
It's like, yeah, it looks exactly the same.
Practically invisible. Nice. Slowly tail back to the front.
God. Bro, I can't see the snake. Hold on.
Back and forth in front of his face. But
I thought that was just a spider.
giving motion into big missing placing the good.
That's great.
Well, up the air, you know, the chicken tender is flying around when, oh, I'm free. But, that rock. And so, Tweety Birdie explodes down there, and Happy Meal. Reach his meal.
I mean, look, DoorDash around.
He's in the spot. The gorilla can't beat 100 men in the pool.
It's a different. I think the gorilla can win. I'm just saying. It depends on the 100 people, alright? How many of those 100 people are skilled in fighting and or what tools do they have? If it's just by themselves, I think the gorilla has a fair shot. Understand?
He gets jumped. That begs the question, which animal does win? And the answer,
Hippo.
stepping into the ring at 5 meters long and weighing in at a genuinely frightening 4,500 kilos. Oh, the hippo.
It's Buddha. Buddha.
Look, a hippo causing a 100-long line at the gates of heaven after a fight is honestly pretty plausible. You see, despite the fantastic PR work Mudang had done for the hippopotamus here, Moto here, sentient Ford F-150, the temperament of a fucking serial who can win this fight for one very specific reason. You can't fucking hurt it. You see, is possibly the tankiest land animal on the fucking planet, packing an unbelievably thick 2-inch high. Now look, we all know 2 inches is a lot, especially in the sheets, but in the streets of the African savannah, this makes them practically Don't believe me? Here is a hippopotamus walking away from 10 lions trying to convert it into a family meal.
Dude, it just literally doesn't give a fuck.
Give a single Mufasa and his extended family can't hurt it, neither can you.
True.
However, don't let the fact that it's walking away fool you here.
I think you have to use an elephant gun,
Not a peaceful animal.
and even then.
They are, in fact,
my God.
violent, psychopathic, 4.5 thunder that can and will
Kill you.
bite you in half.
Yep.
A hippo's jaw produces 2,000 psi.
Bro, have you ever seen a hippo eat a fucking watermelon? It crushes it with no effort. None whatsoever. Look at the top of that thing's mouth. Look at it. That thing is scary.
Of pure crushing force. So if he catches your ass,
Oh, yeah.
the watermelon, and
Look
if
at that,
the
dude.
hydraulic press wasn't bad enough, don't forget they've got 2 20-inch fangs in that mouth that'll put a hole in you big enough to stick your
What the fuck?
For real.
Why?
It weighs 4.5 tons.
It could literally step on you.
30
It'll kill you that way.
km.
It doesn't even need a light.
Getting hit by a charging hippo is like getting hit by a fucking bus. There is no way we are winning a fight against something.
Yeah, no way.
We take out 10 people just by rolling over. In summary, the hungry hippo.
Yeah, just don't fuck with it. In summary, let me know in the comments if you think 100 of you or a hippo would win. Let me know.
So I saw this post that said, let's be real for a second, how is Yuji beating him? LOL. Bro, the real question here should be, how is Akaza possibly going to beat Yuji? So I just got out from watching the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, and Akaza is insanely tough and powerful, I will admit. But to even insinuate the fact that he could beat or even come close to beating Yuji is just hilarious. First off, I think we can all agree that all the characters in Jujutsu Kaisen are way more powerful than any of the characters in Demon Slayer. Like, some of the upper moons would unironically be grade 2 level curses. Now, how is Yuji beating Akaza, you might ask? He's beating him instantly. Let's just look at the bag that Yuji has at his disposal. He's got a domain expansion, which Akaza has no defense against. He can basically black flash at will. He's got reverse curse technique, so he can regenerate just like Akaza can. He's got blood manipulation. He's got all of Sukuna's abilities like cleave and dismantle. And for those of you who think that Akaza could just regenerate from all of those attacks instantly, just remember that Yuji can literally damage and strike people's soul. Akaza is not surviving a soul-damaging black flash he's for sure not surviving the domain expansion. If you also agree that Yuji would net that I need you to hit that boss. So I saw this post that said, let's be real for a second, how is Yuji beating Bro, the real question here should be, how is Akaza possibly going to beat Yuji? So I just got out from watching the Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie, and Akaza is insanely tough and powerful, I will admit. But to even insinuate the fact that he could beat and come close to beating Yuji is just hilarious. First off, I think we can all agree that all the characters in Jujutsu Kaisen are way more powerful than any of the characters in Demon Slayer. Like, some of the upper moons would unironically be grade 2 level curses. Now, how is Yuji beat?
You loaded the dishwasher.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
You know, if we say that we're mostly water, and that water is always moving and being replenished and being every day new humans, and I think that relationship has helped me understand like where I am in the natural world. In a lot of ways, some of my biggest issues have been like learning how to fit in and also being comfortable with being an outsider. The best thing, the most inspirational thing, is that I'm not locked down to any genre or vibe or identity or way that I need to create here. And I think it's something that when cats do come here for a little bit, they go, oh wow, I can make all these different kinds of art and not have to fit into a category, a label. I'm really just looking at the water. You know, one of the biggest things about fly fishing is learning how to read the water. And learning how to read the water is being able to stay still for long enough that your eyes adjust. And, you know, that's another great metaphor for like, if you want to understand something, you can't scroll past it. So, find something. You feel like this bus is leading into a section, like don't mess up the don't mess up the improvisation. Make sure it's just how we track. You know, there's this beautiful quote, Johan Johansson, who is a famous Icelandic composer. He says, quote, I hear police outside my house. That's nothing new though. Picking up new game. Oh yeah, there we go.
I might go to drive actually. I think we got a problem.
Which is what I don't think anything randomized is working.
Yes, indeed.
So seamless code related to randomizer number. Okay, it's gonna be around yeah, I have what was the micro seamless code? Yeah, yeah, no, I think that's doesn't have technical issues. What's the thing by the way? I love to play actually, but the game doesn't want to. Oh, wait. Oh, I see a lizard, yes. Yes, okay, that is good. Yeah, there goes that fire statue. About an hour and a half later, yeah, it's worked actually. Oh, fuck this. Fuck everything. Don't crash, by the way. And it's 1 hour and 35 minutes. Don't crash, no. Wait, what? Why are you human? I'm not just going. Wait, what? Hey! Oh no, you're mine. Oh hey! I don't have healing. I got it, don't worry. If you say so, I'm just gonna run ahead. If I did. Oh. Get your ass out, dude. Oh, you died. Oh, yeah. Okay. What the fuck? You're just standing here. What? What are you doing right now? I'm just literally running past. That's good. What? Stop it. Why? I just wait an hour after this. Look at the gravy. Oh, come on. Really? Again? Yeah. Why? Why the competition? Why they go from dark and edgy to... What did you like to By the way, I sat down. Why did you sit down? I just want to down there and get like down. Make sure you make the jump, by the way. Yep. I specifically said, make the jump. It's funny, I can sit down. Fuck off. What? Asshole. I think this like, what? Yeah? A human is spawned inside me. I missed. I'm really good at missing jump attacks. Okay. Alright. Yeah, you know what? No, just because of that. I don't know if this is bad news, but Solaris is not here. Oh. Yeah, he's just not here. Is this randomizer fun by any chance? Oh, definitely. I mean, that is not. Oh, it's not. It's alright. That's great. You wanna come down here already? But you wanna hit the wave? He's coming. Good asshole. We completely skipped Thomas Demon, or whoever that is. We should probably go there and see like what's going on.
We should also try this.
What the? Wait, you know, he does like have a jump attack. Maybe we can try to legend.
Oh yeah, there's the jump attack.
Okay, wait a minute, because this was not. This was not.
That was easy. Stone Vita. I still have it. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, Stone Vita. Let's roll. There you go.
Nice.
Sorry, wrong item. Okay, drop.
Ah yes, of course. The crusty stuff coming out of your ass.
There you go, man. Stone Vitax.
Ah.
Okay, Stone Vitax. Wow, really? I actually dropped it and you threw the shit at it. Great, now your Stone Vitax smells like shit. What the fuck? Oh, there's Pinwheel.
Oh, of course. That's
Oh my god.
Oh, I found a humanity in the crystal sphere. Why should I not attack it?
What are you talking?
What's the pinwheel?
What? There was nothing here.
There's a pinwheel.
Very seamless experience. You attacked nothing, okay? There's just nothing.
I know what it is.
Moonlight King. Oh. Ouch.
Okay.
Did he just one-shot you?
Yes.
Oh, that's not the one behind me, man. Oh, thank you, you pushed. What the? You said.
What's going on? What the?
Yeah, I can't get in. But why? What even happened?
I don't know.
What is this game?
Oh well, now it's my turn. What the hell? All of them have aggro.
So there's 3 done? Or there's 4?
Yes, all 4 of them have aggro. What the hell?
Ready? It's kind of tough.
Oh, you went. Okay. Yeah, kinda tough. Oh.
Going?
You need to specify what type of coming.
No. Are you coming down towards New London?
Yeah, I'm coming.
And not asking, are you coming in your pants? Let's explore this place a little bit. Oh my god! Flux is joking with that.
Careful, it's one of them things.
Yeah. Okay, that looks easy. We're gonna check Fly Town, and if it's bullshit, we're gonna go somewhere else.
Oh,
Watch out.
Oh my god, Soul of Quail. Alright.
Wait, what? Oh man. Fuck you, dog.
I'm trying to get back to there now.
Hey.
Oh,
That's you. Are you fucking?
Welcome to Universal Peace.
Welcome to Shinobi Live 2. Welcome to Shinobi Live 2.